Have you ever noticed how the Bible starts and ends with the exact same powerful symbol? A tree of life? It's really this incredible story about a divine gift that was lost and the epic journey to get it back. So what is this tree, and why is it so central to this entire narrative?
I mean, seriously, just pause and think about that for a second. This isn't some fantasy novel we're talking about. It's a core idea presented right at the very start of the biblical story, and believe me, it shapes everything that comes after it.
So, to really get this, we have to go all the way back to page 1. The story opens in this perfect garden where humanity was offered a gift that was, well, truly divine.
Now, most people, when they think of the garden, they focus on that forbidden fruit, right? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But sitting right there beside it was the tree of life. And its purpose wasn't just about living forever. It was a symbol of a perfect, unbroken connection with God.
But, as you probably know, that perfect connection, it didn't last. A choice was made, that fellowship was broken, and the path to this tree, any eternal life it offered, was suddenly and very dramatically sealed shut.
It all unfolds in this tragic kind of domino effect. First, a single act of disobedience. That leads to a painful separation from the garden. And with that expulsion, bam, access to the tree of life is gone. But here's the part that's so crucial. The path was blocked for a very specific reason. It was to prevent humanity from being locked into a state of sin and separation forever. And listen, this wasn't just a locked gate with a keep out sign. We're talking about the path being sealed by a cherub and a flaming sword. I mean, the message could not have been any clearer. The way back was completely and totally closed.
But that locked gate isn't the end of the story. Not even close. In fact, you could say that the loss of this first tree is exactly what sets the stage for the introduction of a second one. And this is where the story just takes this massive, dramatic turn. Christian theology comes in and introduces this powerful parallel, the cross. It gets reframed, not just as an instrument of death, but as a new kind of tree, one that could actually restore that broken connection. When you put these two side by side, the symmetry is, well, it's pretty striking. At the first tree, you have an act of disobedience that leads to separation. But at this new tree, the cross, an act of sacrifice is said to lead to reconciliation. It's a direct, intentional reversal of that first event. So, theologically, the logic here is really powerful. The cross, because it's made of wood, becomes the very instrument that reverses the curse from the first tree. Christ's sacrifice is seen as the perfect antidote to that original act of disobedience, giving believers access once again, not to a physical fruit, but to a spiritual one, eternal life. Okay, but this idea of restoration isn't just about getting back what was lost. The very meaning of eternal life gets completely transformed in the process. See, in this new understanding, eternal life isn't really about the quantity of years you live, like just going on and on forever. It's about the quality of the life you can have right now. A life lived in this deep connection with God, totally free from the power of death. This verse from the Gospel of John, it just nails it. Eternal life isn't some future timeline you wait for. It's a present tense relationship. It's about knowing God. And this is where the whole story comes beautifully full circle. It doesn't end with just a symbolic replacement. No, it ends with this absolutely breathtaking vision of the original tree of life, fully and freely restored for all. The Bible's final book, Revelation, paints this incredible picture. The tree of life is back, and it is accessible to everyone. It's so abundant it lines both sides of a river, constantly bearing new fruit. And get this, even its leaves, it says, are for the healing of the nations. It's this beautiful symbol of complete peace and total restoration. And with that, the arc is complete. The flaming sword is gone, the way to the tree is wide open once again, symbolizing this final, ultimate reconciliation. So from a simple garden to a cosmic city, this story of this one tree is just this amazing arc of loss and restoration. And it really leaves us with a fascinating question to chew on. How does this ancient, powerful symbol continue to shape our own ideas of life, death, and hope, even today?